No, it was a good thing to do, something I needed to have happen, and
Tiger Woods has once again sent shockwaves through the sports world, but this time it's not about a comeback, a win, or even a swing change. After months of speculation, whispers, and viral headlines, Woods has finally broken his silence and confirmed the rumors everyone's been debating. What he revealed doesn't just affect his own legacy, it could reshape the future of professional golf itself. From behind-the-scenes negotiations to the ripple effects across the entire sport, the truth is bigger and more surprising than anyone expected. Here's the full story behind Tiger's stunning confirmation. Tiger's next chapter. When Tiger Woods finally confirms anything about his competitive future, the golf world pays attention, not out of gossip, but because his career has shaped the modern sport. Recent confirmation around his long-term playing intentions has shifted the conversation from speculation to strategy. Observers are weighing what his schedule might realistically look like, whether that means selective major appearances, limited field events, or an even deeper transition toward ambassadorial and leadership roles.
They're excited that I'm playing and I'm happy and I'm doing something I love to do, and they're seeing that in me. But they also, then again, they're
Behind this announcement sits a practical reality. Tiger has endured multiple surgeries, long rehabilitation periods, and significant physical change. His latest comments acknowledge that, unlike earlier comebacks, this phase is about sustainability rather than proving resilience. Analysts are now examining how this affects the competitive landscape. If his playing schedule reduces further, younger players gain more spotlight, while tournaments featuring Tiger continue to hold unique commercial value. There is also a legacy dimension. Tiger's pursuit of Jack Nicklaus's major record has been a defining narrative. If he confirms his priorities have shifted, the storyline evolves. Rather than chasing numbers, he may be shaping his influence through leadership, ownership, or structural reform. In many ways, the confirmation signals a transition, not an ending, but a recalibration of what Tiger Woods represents within the sport. Power behind the scenes. Tiger's confirmed involvement in PGA Tour leadership, whether formalized through committees, advisory roles, or governance discussions, marks a notable shift in how influence functions in modern golf. Historically, players competed while administrators governed. Now, Tiger's voice is embedded in the structure of decision-making itself, reflecting both the trust placed in him and the complexity of today's professional landscape.
The victory that you want.
You know, that's kind of the process. You know, I have to be consistent, and I'm starting to get there again. And it's just a matter of making the right putts at the right time, and I think things are coming.
His presence carries practical implications. Sponsors, investors, and rival organizations understand the commercial gravity Tiger holds. When he backs a policy direction, it sends a signal about stability and long-term confidence. Analysts closely review meeting notes, board decisions, and negotiation outcomes to understand how his perspective might shape policy, particularly around revenue distribution, competitive models, and tour alignment. However, leadership also brings scrutiny. With influence comes responsibility, and observers now watch to see how Tiger balances the interests of elite players, rank-and-file professionals, tournament partners, and fans. It raises broader questions about whether golf is moving toward a more player-led governance structure similar to other global sports. Ultimately, Tiger's confirmation that he is stepping deeper into leadership reinforces an evolving role. He is no longer only a competitor or cultural icon. He is a structural stakeholder with a hand in shaping where the professional game goes next. The LIV question, answered for months, and in some cases years, speculation surrounded whether Tiger Woods had ever engaged in serious conversation with LIV Golf or its backers. With Tiger finally addressing those rumors directly, the dialogue shifts from assumption to record. His confirmation, whether rejecting involvement, acknowledging informal talks, or clarifying misconceptions, adds clarity to one of the sport's most sensitive debates.
I disagree with it. I think that what they've done is they've turned their back on what has allowed them to get to this position.
From an investigative standpoint, the key point is not only what he confirmed, but why. Tiger has long positioned himself as an advocate for the PGA Tour structure, competitive integrity, and legacy-based achievement. His latest comments reinforce that framework, while also acknowledging that professional golf is entering a new financial and organizational era. Industry analysts now look at his statements as part of the broader negotiation landscape. Tiger's position carries influence among peers, sponsors, media partners, and governing bodies. If he distances himself from LIV entirely, it strengthens the PGA Tour's philosophical footing. If he acknowledges dialogue, it highlights the complexity of conversations behind the scenes. Either way, Tiger's confirmation stabilizes at least part of the narrative. Instead of rumor, the discussion now centers on what his stance means for future tour alignment, player relations, and the evolving business model of global golf. Health reality. Check. For years, Tiger Woods' health has been the subject of constant speculation, from back surgeries to his 2021 car accident and the extended rehabilitation that followed. With Tiger now confirming the true state of his physical condition and long-term expectations, the conversation shifts toward realism.
Whether I can recover from day to day, the leg is better than it was last year.
Medical experts note that his latest comments reflect a pragmatic understanding of limits. Competitive golf demands repetitive strain, endurance, and the ability to walk difficult terrain for multiple days, a reality made more challenging after reconstructive procedures. Tiger's acknowledgement that recovery windows are longer and resilience is finite adds context to his future scheduling decisions. This confirmation reframes public perception. Rather than treating every absence as a setback, many now see his appearances as calculated, balancing competitive desire with long-term well-being. Fans adjust expectations, and tournaments recognize that Tiger's involvement, when it happens, is now measured and intentional. In essence, the confirmation doesn't close the door on his career. It clarifies the conditions under which he can realistically continue. Team ownership talk. Discussion around Tiger Woods potentially stepping into team ownership or a formal franchise-style leadership role has moved from rumor into clearer territory now that he's addressed the subject directly. If Tiger confirms interest or involvement, it signals a structural evolution in golf where players don't just compete, they also operate as stakeholders in competitive entities.
The partners that they have come together to be a part of this group is quite remarkable, to be honest with you, in the sports industry. And they're unbelievable leaders.
From a business perspective, analysts view this as a logical extension of Tiger's influence. His brand equity remains unparalleled, and any team associated with him would likely attract sponsors, fan engagement, and commercial partnerships at a different scale than most. That alone changes the economic equation in emerging team-based golf formats. But ownership also requires long-term strategic thinking. There are questions around governance, investor dynamics, and the sustainability of team competitions in an individual-centric sport. Tiger's role, whether symbolic, operational, or deeply financial, becomes a case study in how star power intersects with structural experimentation. If confirmed, this move positions Tiger not only as a figure within the game, but as an architect of its commercial future. The development is less about headlines and more about how modern professional golf may increasingly mirror franchise-based sports models seen elsewhere. Legacy redefined. For decades, Tiger Woods' legacy has been measured by major championships, world rankings, and statistical milestones. With his latest confirmation about his priorities, that framework now broadens. His impact is no longer solely about trophies. It also lies in how he shapes the infrastructure, economics, and identity of professional golf.
Outside of pride.
Just keep fighting. Keep the pedal on, keep fighting, keep grinding, keep working hard at posting the best score that I can possibly post today.
Observers see this as a natural progression. As physical limitations grow, Tiger's influence shifts toward leadership, mentorship, and institution building. His voice now contributes to policy decisions, revenue models, and the preservation of traditions he helped elevate. Beyond the course, his charitable foundation, development initiatives, and junior golf pathways form a parallel legacy. This reframing also changes how his career will be interpreted. Rather than viewing the pursuit of majors as unfinished business, analysts increasingly recognize him as a transformational force whose competitive achievements are only one dimension of his contribution. Tiger's confirmation signals that legacy is now about stewardship as much as performance, extending his influence far beyond his final round. Shaping the next generation. Tiger Woods' confirmed commitment to mentoring younger players and supporting junior golf pathways highlights a quieter but highly consequential aspect of his ongoing role in the sport. Rather than operating only as an icon from a distance, Tiger is increasingly present as a teacher, advisor, and structural supporter.
Better serve the underserved youths throughout the entire world. So we're working on that now. We got a few meetings here this week about that, and so hopefully we can share some more positive news here in the near future.
From development academies to informal guidance at practice facilities and team events, his influence reaches players who grew up watching him redefine what was possible. Analysts note that mentorship from a figure of Tiger's stature can shape attitudes toward preparation, professionalism, and course management, elements that often separate elite players from the rest. This confirmation also connects to broader structural questions. If Tiger helps design programs, scholarship pathways, or competition models, he is effectively shaping the future talent pipeline. That carries long-term implications for diversity, accessibility, and global reach within golf. For younger professionals already on tour, his presence in leadership discussions provides a link between generational viewpoints, balancing commercial realities with player welfare and competitive integrity. In short, Tiger's confirmed engagement with the next generation suggests that his most significant contributions may arrive not only through what he does, but through those he helps develop. Before you go, remember, Tiger Woods' confirmation isn't just another headline, it reflects a larger shift in professional golf. How legends manage their legacy, influence tour governance, and shape the next generation of talent. Sponsorship interests, tournament planning, and player dynamics are all being influenced by his decisions. What happens next, whether selective tournament appearances, leadership roles, or mentorship initiatives, will have ripple effects across the sport for years to come. If you want to follow every development, from his competitive schedule to off-course projects and how younger players respond, stay tuned. Because as Tiger steps into this new chapter, professional golf may evolve in ways that reach far beyond one career, and the true impact is only just beginning.